this, or on this computer. Okay. So Kelvin's getting crazy feedback. That's probably because a lot of people are talking in the classroom. Kelvin, hopefully that will get better. All right, clap your hands once if you can hear my voice. Clap your hands twice if you can hear my voice. That is the signal for our class to stop talking. I know it's been a little while. All right, let's try one more time. Clap your hands once to hear my voice. All right, great. I know it's great to be back in lecture mode. And this is like the last one in person for a little while. Okay, it's gonna be great. So this is our training for our Pursuit Core Fellows for how to work remotely. I am in the wrong thing. All right, here's our agenda. Remote work guidelines, Zoom, practicing with Zoom, class plan. That's our plan for this class. We have what you should leave with today, shared expectations for how, you can read all of these things. This is essentially the topics that we will be covering today. But before we get started, that's a reference to a YouTube channel I watch. Do you have Zoom? Does everybody have Zoom in the class? Yes. Okay, for sure. So the way I want you to check is I want us to all go to our Zoom accounts and to go to our profile. So I think, yeah, this will still record. So your profile should look similar to this, but without the fancy webinar thing. Yours should have a picture of me. If it doesn't, there's a mistake. No, that's a joke. Shit, you're gonna need this. Okay, and just check to make sure that yours says license instead of basic, because none of us are basic. I know. Okay, if yours does not say license, let me know so we can work with you on that. Where are you talking about?
A personal meeting ID.
Oh, I think I might be able to make that my name.
Yeah, because I was going to, but I probably should have changed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say, let's see what happens. Oh, it's not letting me right now, so I will not do that right now. Yeah, leave things as your name though, right? Don't do any like silly names. So otherwise, it's gonna make it a little harder to see things. All right, does anybody not have a licensed account? Does anybody not have a licensed account? Not? We should all not. All right, okay. All right, so assuming we all have Zoom at this point, let's keep rolling. Oh. Didn't we type? Yeah, Deja, we did get rid of Anon. If people abuse it, I have the power to remove it here too. Okay, so let's talk about Pursuit's response to coronavirus. So starting March, Monday 16th, we'll be moving remotely. We'll find out each Friday whether or not we're going to do another week. If they decide that we're coming back, or whenever we're coming back, I guess that would occur on that following Monday. So if on Friday they're like, yeah, you're going to be coming back, Saturday and Sunday are still remote. Monday is when you would be expected to be back in the classroom. Okay. There is still a chance we may need to go remote before Monday. That would be tomorrow. In that case, there will be clear directions. I think they're still figuring out if that is the case. Also, we won't be doing the science ferry project show project. That probably is obvious though. And you would just have all day to work on your projects as teams. So remote work is the same schedule as in person, right? So the expectation is that you're around and able to be contacted via online from 7 to 10, Monday through Wednesday, and 10 till 6. That's our hours, right? On Saturday and Sunday. If you are like sick and you're taking a sick day, like you just let us know that you're sick, same as always. And you don't have to work if you're sick still, right? Like just because you're at home doesn't mean you have to be working if you're sick. Like just make sure you understand that distinction. Like if I'm sick, I'm not working, right? Like if I get sick, I'm not going to be working. Same. Well, I don't plan to, but I'm not 100. Remote work is the same schedule. Yeah, well, we already read that. Great. This is to do with someone else. All right. Summary of yesterday's announcements. Wednesday. Pursuit will not be closed down. The expectation. Just take a second to read those for yourself and let me know if you have any questions. Well, it's just like we already know most of the stuff.
Oh, so that means we won't have like office hours.
I think we're gonna have remote office hours still. Yeah, I think everything continues as usual, just via video. There is a touch up my appearance feature on Zoom, just so in case touch up my appearance, just so you know you can find that. I think it's on all of them. I obviously don't need it. Remote work guidelines and norms. Okay, so talking about remote work again, just to touch on this. This is a professional skill, right? There are jobs that are all remote. So this is kind of a cool way to try it out. I've never worked remote, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. I may or may not host off hours radio type podcast shows. We'll see how it goes. Obviously not required to attend. Remote work is not a stay-at-home vacation. Sorry to have to be the one to tell you that. Same schedule as we already talked about. But yeah, the really important things that we should focus on are those 3 bullet points at the bottom. Communicate. Let us know what's going on. Let us know if you're sick. Let us know if you're running late. Same type of things as real life, right? If anything, like overshare. I know I always do. Amen. Right? Flexibility, right? We're all getting the hang of this, so be flexible, stretch regularly, and proactiveness, right? So be proactive. Am I going to be late? I should let people know. Do I want to talk to someone later today? Let me schedule a meeting with them, right? Instead of just kind of like ad hocing it, like, because it's so easy. We have such a nice luxury right now, right? Where it's like you can just pop over. Like, oh, hey, Isaiah, what was that thing we worked on a couple days ago? What was that piece? Try to be proactive. I mean, that would still be something you'd probably just Slack or call. I don't know if you have each other's phone numbers. So preparing to work remotely. It's a work day. I feel like we read like these are the same things over and over again. Calendar, Slack, and email are the most important apps. All right, so keep an eye on those calendars. That's Canvas as well as the Google Calendar. What? All right. So yeah, every morning check them out. Make sure I'll have a link to the lecture if we're having a lecture. Like that's like the webinar channel we'll be on, which we'll do a test run. Find a comfortable place to work in your home or an uncomfortable place if that's what you like. Reminder, Pursuit is available if you do not have a place to work, right? So if you hate your home and hate being at your home or don't like it, you can come in still. No, most people won't be here probably, but that's, that might be nice too. go outside if you want. You know, lunch is the same hours. It's always nice to go outside. I didn't write that slide. I didn't do the exclamation point. Proactively communicate. Well, we've talked about that. Remote working guidelines. Be present. Attend all classes. Be engaged during virtual lessons, group meetings, etc. So that means, you know, like writing in the chat. There's a questions and answers area. Maybe you ask questions. Maybe you help answer questions. Maybe there's a raise your hand feature. Maybe you raise your hand, right? Someone slacks you, slack back. I mean, just try to be active, right? You learn best when you're active. It's really easy to get passive behind a computer. I know that. I get that. Be on time. No commute, right? No, the train made me late. So a lot of you are out of luck on that excuse. Set and follow a schedule. Yeah, right. It's good to create structure for yourself. That makes life a lot easier. I know I don't keep a structure outside of work, and so I do nothing. I wish I had some structure. Work together, set up a group and individual meetings to collaborate. You can do that very easily through Zoom. And you just do like Zoom meetings for that. I'll show you where that lives. Work together, we did that. Over communicate, yes. Yeah, that's the proactive line again. It's very important. One-on-ones will be conducted remotely via Zoom. Via or via? How do people like pronouncing it here? Via, oh, interesting. Or via, yeah. Oh, yeah, nice. Who are you today? Via, okay. Well, so we'll do it via Zoom. Zoom meeting link and agenda will be in the calendar invite. There is a Zoom Chrome extension that you can add. And so it kind of connects everything very nicely to your Google Calendar. For office hours, grab time on the calendar first and then reach out to your IA to set up virtual meetings. Okay, so we'll take attendance each day based on online activity and communication. We'll do this via lectures, Slack, and check-ins. Check-ins should have a hyphen. I wrote that though, that was my mistake. Lectures remain mandatory as well as labs. As of now, pair programming will not be enforced, but it will be recommended to be effective, use the VS Code extension live share. That's if you want to be doing pair programming. We'll do a quick demonstration of what that might look like. And then review. This will consist of small potential lectures. So like Monday, we're going to have a lab. Tuesday, I think we're actually having DSA. So that will be a regular lecture. And then Wednesday, we'll have a little review, right? So come up with some questions. I think maybe we'll go over the Monday's lab to make sure we can all feel okay about it. So that one should be pretty mandatory, but some review lectures may not be mandatory. In that sense, the expectation is for you to still be working and like reviewing yourself, but you wouldn't have to be necessarily in that webinar. But lectures you should be there. So we will know if you're engaged / working if you're on Slack and in lessons on video and whatnot. So all of the above, any and all of the above. So all fellows should have at least one meeting with a staff member per day, whether it's attending lecture, attending a meeting, etc. And project work days, instructors will drop by to check in on groups at least once each day. So that means like if we were doing a group project, you might call up the group, you might have a channel, like you'll have your own meeting set up. Just invite me and I'll have the link and I'll pop in. Easy peasy, just like I pop into the conference rooms like this last week. I might be wearing a disguise, so don't be thrown off. We will continue updating attendance, so please keep track in your personal gradebook. Certification, interviews, mentorships, and more. This stuff doesn't probably do too much for us, but if you are essentially in the job readiness thing and you've gotten materials together, you could potentially try to get signed off on your behavioral and technical interviews. And you should refer to this slide if you're in that position, but that's not really any of us. Mentors, meet them virtually. Continue setting up meeting times with your mentors online, in person, at your discretion, right? Like if you live near someone, maybe hang out. You could still do that with people here too. Like that would be great. Prepare programming. I don't know where all y'all live, but like I know one of my friends lives 7 minutes away. He's unfortunately super paranoid, so he doesn't want to hang out anymore because he's like completely isolating himself. I don't know. But if he wasn't like that, I would probably be hanging out with him. And challenges, let us know if you're having trouble connecting. If there's any issue, let us know, right? That goes back to the over communicate. I office hours and reassessment. Share office hours and calendar invites with Slack. If you need additional one-on-one or small group support, Slack and IA and schedule a time to meet. Reassessment, set up times with IAs to conduct those. Okay, let's keep rolling. Equipment. This is your checklist for working remotely. All right, you probably need a laptop. You will need Wi-Fi, you'll need Zoom. It says Zoom Pro, that was just given to us automatically for 3 months from Pursuit. So you have that. Headphones with mic. That way it's not necessarily so echoey. Maybe it will work fine without, I'm not sure. Excuse me. Sorry about all the burping. Quietest space. Probably better to do this than not, right? And if you need whiteboards, make sure that you let people know or take them home, right? If you need tech support, hit up Sarah Hopkins or Shopkins on Slack. And if anything else and your circumstances change, talk to the team. Any questions so far? No, yeah, Isaiah.
So you said Monday's lesson is one of the non-mandatory, or what's happening on
Monday is going to be a lab, so there won't be a lecture. It'll be a lab that you should do as a practice for the real test. Brandon, you up? You're gonna need to know this. I know that this is super boring and dry, but c'est la vie. Yeah.
So on Monday are we like going to Zoom first and then do the lab, or are we just starting the lab at like we checking in? How does that work if there's no lab or lecture?
Great question. What are we doing? Well, you're welcome. I'll get a hangout going. Because I'll start my dancing at 6 or something with some music. And you're welcome to pop in and check in. And then go ahead. Keep going. Sure. Yeah. Good question. Yeah, we'll do attendance. Just pop in. Okay, we'll Slack you out too. And make sure everyone's around. But pop in. It'll be fun. This is what the Zoom app looks like. So there is a desktop application as well as in the browser. You might as well use this. This big orange one is how you start ad hoc meetings. So you can just, boom, start a meeting. This one over here is join an existing meeting with an ID. You probably just need like the URL for them. So you probably won't even use this much. I'm not sure. You can schedule meetings ahead of time. Here in the lower left and in the lower right. I don't know, ignore it. Okay, so go ahead and sign in with your Google Gmail, which is, you'll use your Pursuit email. You must log in with the Pursuit email. Okay?
You said a desktop. Is that through the app?
I mean, on the browser or the app?
Through the app store.
Oh no, it will just let you download it.
Oh, that thing.
Good question. There's probably, I think you can also get it on your phone. Yeah, we've already talked about this. Check to make sure that you have that licensed account. This is what it looks like when you click to schedule a meeting. You can say to add it, add Gmail to it, and it will pop over here. I don't know if I can do this at the same time that I'm using Zoom to show you. We can try, but I think it won't let me. Because I'm in one right now. Let's see. No, I don't think it's gonna let me. All right. So you'll just have to play with it a little bit. I'm sure you'll get it. I've been playing with it a little. It doesn't seem too brutal. Okay. Easy link to the Zoom meeting so people can just click into that. This is the meeting ID/password if needed. I don't know if most of your meetings need passwords, but maybe. And then dial-in information. I don't think you'll need that stuff. Oh, maybe. Nice. So Ashia says it's something to do with if you're on your phone. Okay, my personal meeting. Let's keep going. All right, so let's do testing a remote. Let's do it. Let's try it out. So I will stop screen sharing. So yeah, Doug.
Everybody mute their thing.
You will be already muted by default. What?
Sure.
Oh, you mean mute? Oh, you mean mute your computer? Yeah, you should probably mute your computer. Thank you, Doug. I misunderstood. Your microphone by default will be muted. Because that way, there's not all this random sounds reverberating. So go ahead and go to that Google invite that I shared with everybody. And click the link to be in here. I see only Isaiah here so far within the class. I see Deja. Oh, Jonathan, are you? Where are you?
Oh, Jonathan, what's the question?
You, what do you mean you're not invited? It should be in your email. All right, so we only have 15 of you. Let's keep going. Hello, Caroline. Hey, Nova's in here. Hey now. Got 18 attendees. Let's keep going. We're missing people. Who are we missing? 19. None of you can see each other. By default, your camera's off. Your microphone is off. Whose ever sound that is? Mute it.
Corey, can you resend the link?
Sorry?
Can you resend the link or forward that to me?
Just somebody send Caroline the link. Oh my God. Mute. I want to make sure people can do it through their Gmail.
Talking, I think. Mute yourself.
Question.
Did you mute yourself?
Why is the sky blue? Henry, the sky is blue because it has water and whatnot. Answer live. I got that before you could see it. Oh, the anonymous one. You just got dismissed. Don't worry. Nobody else saw it. There's 22. I think we're still missing some people. Yeah, are you in this or? I think you are in a different one. I think that looks different to me. Did you follow this link?
I can click on.
The sky is purple. Definitely. Oh, a bunch of people have their hands raised. Danny, Isaiah, check this out. I can lower your hand, Danny. I think I can lower all hands somewhere.
There we go. So there's.
Oh, there we go. Lower all hands.
I think me and Steve are on a different one. So if
So are you in the link from the email?
If you click on this one, that takes. I know this one.
Yeah. That's where the meeting's at.
So then what's the other one? I'm just gonna close the other one. All right, bye. Yes, I'm in.
All right, is anybody not in yet? See the numbers. 27 people. I think that's about right. Nice. So this is what class looks like. So, okay. Somebody raise their hand. Okay. So Nilbur raised his hand. So now I can promote Nilbur to a panelist. Nilbur, you should now be unmuted, and you can unmute yourself and you can start your video if you want. Can people see Nilbur?
No.
Well, maybe only I can see. Is that?
I can see everyone else.
Maybe only.
Yeah, and only Milbert.
Okay, so
Only the panelists can see.
Oh, we see him.
So now everybody can see it. All right, Nilbur. I think it's based off of who's talking. It picks up the sound. And I think you can, there's probably a way to see all of them. I can see everybody at once. I have my screen split. No, I can't see any of you. Here, okay, so Nilbur, I answered your question, so you're now back to an attendee. Let's see. Let's see, let's promote you. Promote some hand. Okay, so Siham, so now you're technically there. You can unmute yourself.
On the left corner of the microphone, you see unmute. Yeah. Turn off the sound of the computer, but unmute yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I see it.
Talk, Siham.
Camera.
I can here as well. Here.
Nothing.
Yeah. Your camera's blocked.
I'm over it.
Even though you got promoted, you can unmute
Okay,
yourself.
so
Yeah.
okay, so this could work for anyone. This is kind of the flow. We'll get it. You see this questions and answers people are asking. Deja, that is not a question. I will dismiss that one. But she did say she misses us. But there is a chat for that. Okay? Remember, let's keep the chat. Questions. Oh, we got a new question. So what was the Google Meeting button about? Okay, so you just, I don't know. I'm not super duper familiar. Just go to the where one. I noticed the volume decreased, more people joined. Interesting. Okay, well, let me know let me know how that goes. That's interesting. Yeah, Shia.
Panelist is you.
So I'm actually the host. John and Jenya are panelists and/or hosts.
Okay.
Because this format that we're in right now is a webinar. This is different than the meetings you all will host with each other or other meetings that I'll be with smaller groups of you. This is for purely like a classroom thing, where everybody's raising hands and things like that. Okay, we're gonna have to work out a little bit of a flow, of course. And you'll notice in your chat, there's a thing for just panelists and for panelists and attendees. So, just be cognizant of who you're messaging.
If it's an actual only panelist, only the teacher and chat.
Okay, anonymous is not allowed anymore right now. So done, and then let's see what else is kind of interesting. Here's a poll. I can relaunch the poll. This won't make any sense to you. I launched this earlier for other people. But hopefully you can see that there's a poll and you can answer it, and this will allow us to possibly do some polls. That's okay. Thank you for that piece of radical candor. Yes, I cannot spell. We all know that. You should read my book. What? Oh, interesting. Really? Good to know. Okay, yeah, so most people have voted. Oh no, well, we've got like 20 votes. That's good enough. I will end the poll. Great. I can share the results somehow? You can see all the results now?
Yeah.
No, there were a couple of panelists. But also, I checked with Ohiter and Deja earlier when they were in here. All right, so I will stop sharing that. Okay, so this is essentially it. Any questions on this? All right, okay. I'm going to, well, I don't want to end the meeting for everybody. Yeah.
Are we gonna get a link to follow every day, or just go back?
Go to the Google calendar to check. And I'll probably also Slack the link as well.
Say we don't want to interrupt you while you're talking, or like answer questions. Is there a way?
Hang on a sec. I can't hear a shit.
Say if we want to ask you a question, but we don't want to interrupt you while you're talking, is there a way to like ping John and Jinya, or should that?
Well, you can Slack it. You could, like, if it's not something really private, because there are people who will probably be promoted to panelists, you could message just to the panelists in the chat, and we would see that. You could also ask questions or raise your hand. It's not like you have the ability to interrupt me. Can you even unmute yourself if I haven't unmuted you? Wait, do you have a microphone to unmute yourselves or no?
No.
So, I mean, you can't really interrupt me if you try. For now, but we'll see how that goes. I see some hands up, yeah.
We're actually going to
Okay, yeah, so we will be going remote tomorrow. So we got to learn the skills today. Yeah, I know it's, all right, hang on. I know it's exciting. Kong?
So how will present the project?
Okay, how will we present the projects? Let's present them. No. Let's. All right. Let's just present them as a class tomorrow from 4 till 6. We will just have one person. No, we could have 4 people potentially work at a time, and they'll just screen share theirs. We'll just have a big group, and we'll take turns in the different groups. It will be an interesting experiment. Yeah, Will?
So how will we know how will you know when they ask for a clap and say
There won't be, I won't be able to hear anybody unless I promote them. If you're talking over me at home to yourself, I think there's bigger issues than me grabbing just your attention. I do talk to myself though at home all the time. My wife constantly asks me who I'm talking to. She goes, no, like, because I'm in a different room. I should be like, whose voice was that? I'm like, that's me. I'm doing a voice.
And you're doing a voice too.
What?
You're talking to yourself.
Yeah, different voice. Yeah. Well, the crazy's gonna come out during remote, I think. Any other questions on this, like, and how this is gonna work? We're gonna have growing pains, so let me know things that we can do better and work on and figure that out. Okay, like this is gonna be a new experience for all of us. Let's go back to this. Okay. Class calendar. Yeah, so keep your eye on the calendar. Q&A, that's done. Okay, so there's one more thing that I wanted to show you all today. I'm going to go back to screen share, desktop 2. Yeah, so that's something I noticed, that it takes the whole screen. You can then minimize it again. Maybe there's a feature, like a setting for you to not have that. And I also recognize that's going to make it really tough to code along. So maybe lectures will be more of like observing instead of strict coding, unless you have a second monitor. And then I'll push, and then you can pull, and then you can code along there. We'll have to make some adjustments. Okay, so this is my VS Code. Hopefully you're familiar with it. Size thing, I don't know if I can get everything bigger. Okay, yeah, I can. So what you should do is go to your extensions right here.
There's a home screen. You go to the top. There's a view options.
What are we talking about? Home screen of what?
Like, there's a view options.
Oh, okay, cool. So on your home screen, you can change the percentage of the size of things. So I guess I won't have to zoom up while I'm coding. All right, come on, hang with me here. In your extension here, we want to have live share. I have a feeling lectures are going to become way more efficient. Go to the live share and make sure that you install this extension. It's called the real-time collaborative something. Same for people at home. Jonathan, your video is still on. I don't like it. Is everybody able to find that package? Yes, this real-time collaborative tool. It should look like this. Okay, so with this, there are some things you can do. This tells you all about it. Feel free to read that. Installation, download, wait for your extension to finish. And then there are things, and you'll see that you'll have this little button here on the left side with this arrow. This is your live share button. There's also a live share quick link here at the bottom of the screen. I guess I should get used to using the mouse. Here at the bottom of the screen. Oh, there won't be this sweet delay though, which is nice. Okay, so let's try this out. So I'm going to go to live share. And it's going to start a collaboration session.
Did you have to sign in?
You will have to sign in, yeah, with your GitHub.
So we have a question.
Yep,
Are you gonna be able to record?
I'm recording right now.
Oh,
Yeah. Good question. Don't worry about. Okay, so there's been a link copied to my clipboard that I can send to someone. Okay, so I'm going to go to Slack, and I'm going to Slack John this link. You can't see the link. Let me go back to my project. And you'll see I've got this live share thing open here where I have my participants and all that. I could also invite participants right here if I want to. I can click that. And that will allow me to also copy the link that I can paste to other people. But when it says the copy to your clipboard, it's already done the copying. Who's John? That is Jonathan Andrade. So from John's end, John got the link and he clicked it, followed it, and it opened up a new VS Code window for him. And you can see that he's now here. John, you mind doing something on the screen here? Component, there you are. So you can see that John is in there. Hey now, right? And I'm gonna say, well, that's gonna break the code, so let me comment that out. I'm in the same spot. So this is a way we can pair programs. So we can still look at the exact same code. We can see exactly what that person is typing in real time. And if we're talking via webinar, we can also be, or via Zoom, sorry, we can also be communicating.
Oh, so that's cool. So like I'm writing and I'd be like, hey, you made a mistake on line 14, let me grab that and then you can fix it too. As like,
Well, potentially, but if you're pair programming, there should be one driver and one navigator. So you wouldn't necessarily need to say that because I would just say, oh, hey, you misspelled something. But I can see him writing. And then from here, you can still do the same get status, get pull, we can push, and all of that. And I can also, I can delete his work just like he can delete my work. This is now a shared space.
okay, so say I'm live sharing from my computer, but we want to switch navigator roles. They would then have to live share on their computer.
Well, no, I mean, I could talk to John right now, and John could talk to me. Either one of us can type.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. This file lives on my computer right now, yes. No. I mean, he can see it. It's open. He's seeing it on his computer screen. But if we go to get status and all that, this would be on my current branch. So, we could switch back and forth like that, or we could just keep working together like this.
Little cats.
I don't know. I'm going to delete them. But quick, next. Don't worry, John. Any questions on live share? So, and then when this is over, because I don't want John to forever work on this project with me, let's say, and we've finished our pair programming. I'm just gonna stop the collaboration session, and John is now gone. That link that I sent him won't work anymore, so you can't get back in unless I start a new live share and add the new link. Pretty cool, right? Any questions on that? Okay, so that's it. Yeah, Ujwaka Vasi. How we're gonna do what? Oh, okay, yeah. We will do a giant meeting, Google Meeting, where, yeah, maybe the webinar like what we just did, and we'll make people that are currently presenting the panelists, and then they can screen share, and we can all look at that screen share, and they can talk through the project. I know it might be suboptimal, but it's going to be interesting. Come on, have a little faith. It's going to be good. Any other questions? Okay, great. So for the rest of the, yeah.
Actually, can I? Go over?
Yeah.
All right. So as you know, like we have office hours. We're going to virtual office hours now. What is that going to look like? I want you guys to open up the extra support for a minute. Carol, have you guys seen the front? You go all the way up.
And then if you guys open up your Zoom, you guys see how you have the personal meeting ID? You see it? Yeah. So basically, what you're going to do, hey, what's up? Okay, so what you're gonna do, so for example, for the upcoming Thursday session, Siham, you are starting your office hours with Aryan at 6:30, right? So what you're gonna do is like a couple minutes before 6:30, you're going to send Aryan your personal meeting ID, like your Zoom link, to him on Slack. And you're gonna invite him into it. And he's gonna pop in and you guys can start your session.
I know, this is like so entertaining. I'm like, if we're doing
Oh, what was happening?
No,
Oh,
no,
she's
just, I'm doing camera work.
so yeah.
Are we slacking them? Are we slacking them the meeting ID or our personal meeting ID?
Personal meeting.
Personal meeting.
Yeah. But you can do either way. The best thing about this is that it's super easy. You can create a meeting and then send that link over via Slack, or you can create your personal meeting ID and then share it via Slack.
Okay. So that meeting ID, that personal meeting ID is never going to change.
I don't believe so. But
So
we can work that out.
it'll always go to whatever meeting is available at that time. Okay.
So we'll go ahead and do that. And then this way, because one session might run over, it'll be easier for the volunteer to actually toggle between all the different sessions they have for that night. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So just as a reminder, Eric, Aryan, Ivan, as well as Mike are all on Slack. Feel free to message them, ask them questions, but especially for office hours, please remember that it's on you to actually start up the Zoom meeting session a couple minutes before your start time. Send them the link so that they can join you. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you. So this is what it looks like when the meeting ends. I can click end meeting and then I can end it for everyone. Nice.